The secret is now upon us. The meaning and significance of the big three unplugged dog dreams represents the culmination of a half-century of research. The effect that is happening to us right now, even as you read this, is this. We attempt to dream a better life, a better job, a better world, and simultaneously we are instantly stopped, woken up, shaken from our dreams by the automatic negative thoughts that bombard us throughout each moment, causing us to resign ourselves to a state of learned helplessness. Once again, we attempt to dream a better life, a better job, a better world, and simultaneously we're instantly stopped. We're woken up, shaken from our dreams by the automatic negative thoughts that bombard us throughout each moment, causing us to resign ourselves to a state of learned helplessness. That's pretty heavy, isn't it? Well, please allow me to repeat this point in a different way. It seems to me that our day-to-day awake life experience is identical to that of the dream research lab. We want to change. We want to grow. We want to dream, yet we've given up before we've even allowed ourselves to consider our options. We disregard the limitless possibilities in and for our lives and resign ourselves to a state of learned helplessness because 80% of our thought forms, most of which we're not even aware of, tell us that it's useless to even ponder the possibilities. Just like in the lab, when the researchers were waking up their subjects to deprive them of their dreams, so too our own thoughts keep waking us up from our dreams and desires for a better life for ourselves. Our minds extinguish any positive thoughts or dreams we may have with a 400% greater effort. It thoughtlessly and unconsciously defeats itself. Realizing this really bothered me. The idea that I've been unconsciously and to an extent consciously sabotaging myself, because I have a mind that automatically thinks more negative thoughts than positive ones, and that the positive ones, I have get diluted and canceled out, which leaves me thinking and feeling that it's useless to attempt to change my life and my surroundings, just flat out bothers me. To consider that I'm bound by an invisible set of thoughts, or even worse, thoughts about those thoughts, really troubles me. According to the dog research, I will act as though I am bound even if I'm not. Just because at some point I was. Any way you look at it, it's not good. To take this point further, look around this world. Just look at most of the people living in this world. What do you see? I see that a large percentage of this world is filled with human beings who are just like the human subjects in the dream research lab. Anxious, irritable, and frustrated people who exhibit suicidal tendencies, violence towards themselves, violence towards others, towards the environment, and basically an entire species who's very uncomfortable with its existence. I hate looking at the world this way. And at the same time, this is what I see. We all see it every day. Just watch the news. With TV and movies, we actually entertain ourselves with it. Billions of dollars are spent reinforcing and driving the message home that we are victims to this and that's just the way it is. Some may see this as a very bleak situation, but take a moment and examine your own thinking right now. What's your self-talk doing? What's it saying? Is it denying or agreeing? Is it explaining or justifying? Is it frustrated or irritable? Mine is. Mine is doing all of the above and more. Positive, negative, moving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And every time I think of the world this way, it just really bothers me. Because this just continues on every day, all day long. Yet, I feel it's good for me to have this awareness. Why? Because for so many years I've been numb. I just turned off my feelings. And as soon as I would feel uncomfortable, I'd push that feeling away and pretend I was okay. My whole life I've been pretending that I was okay. I'm strong and I can deal with it. And when I was a kid, my dad would frequently say to me, that's just the way it is, so deal with it. And the funny thing is, no one ever taught me how to deal with it. I just kind of made it up. My way was to stuff it and pretend. And the more I talk about it in public like this, the more I find literally thousands of people who say that that's what they do too. My whole life has been this internal tug of war of pretending everything is okay when deep inside I knew it isn't. I know it isn't. Now when I feel it, I use that feeling to trigger my mind to pay attention and have a good look, to understand that there is a system supporting this behavior. And that maybe, just maybe, I can do something about it. When I stumbled upon unplugged thought dreams, when I realized the implication of the research, when I saw what was happening in my own mind, a light went on, the aha phenomenon. I mean, I saw that this was a key. This was one of the missing links, that this information could lead me to understand and unlock my potential. Swami Vivekananda once said, I mean, once you begin to know a thing, we may then have power over it. So information is power. And this information afforded me a moment's rest, a lull in the storm. This information allowed me to understand that when I'm upset or uncomfortable, I'm just stuck in a loop. And that loop is not who I am. Rather, it's just what my mind is thinking. That in fact, I'm not in a harness. I'm free. I'm free. I mean, all these years unable to move, all because of this imagined harness that's been gone for years and years. And now, no matter what anyone says, I know what's up. I'm free. Oh. It's like being in a totally unfamiliar and foreign room when all the lights are off. It's completely dark, and you can't see anything except this tiny circle from a light, from a pen-like flashlight, about an inch away from the ground. This information has allowed me to take a hold of that flashlight, lift the flashlight, and slowly raise it higher and higher, which slowly illuminates and reveals more and more of the room. Suddenly, I can see more of my surroundings and begin to navigate and explore. Looking for a candle, a lamp, and ultimately a light switch so that I can save the batteries in the flashlight, you know, in case there's another dark room someday. So, on to the light switch.